We welcome you back to the second half. That was our halftime break, brought to you by Powers Health Hydration. Fuel up, stay strong, stay powered. They are getting into the second half real quick, and there's a turnover forced by Great Lakes Christian as Calumet gets the ball to begin the half and misses out on some early points as they trail by 10. Excuse me, they lead by 10. Great Lakes Christian trails by 10. See how they can get themselves back in this game with Tion Armstrong. Oh, he turns it over, and Tylan Tolliver gets inside and lays it up on the fast break. Oh, and he got elbowed in the face, too, at the end of that play. It was unintentional, but he still got elbowed. He looks to be okay. There's Armstrong. Got a foul off the ball. They're going to say this is an offensive foul on Great Lakes Christian. Tylan Tolliver, he's been getting beat up here in the first 40 seconds of the half. He gets run over and fouled. It's going to go on number 15, Ray Askins. That's his third foul. They're probably, well, looks like they're going to take the risk and keep him in the game with 3 fouls. Full court pressure here for the Crusaders. Crimson Wave trying to break it down, and they do with Doc, who's double-teamed. Petty, Tolliver, open for 3. Oh, there was a piece of that deflected by Vaughter. He got a block on that one. Up ahead comes Campbell. Campbell stripped by Doc. They get the possession back. They get a lucky break on this play with Armstrong kicking it over to Watts. Watts fouled by Aiken. It's going to be Aiken's second foul. Kyle Mathas here on the Heartland Sports Network. This has been a pretty exciting game so far because of the high pace, high octane action that we've seen so far in the first 21 minutes of the game. Still 19 more to come. Campbell gets inside, lays it up, and gets it to go over Aiken. So Campbell right now has 9 points. Here's Slowinski. Aiken works it around. I don't know if you can hear it in the microphone. Coach Elijah Kess is very vocal right in front of where we're sitting. Doc to Aiken. 8 seconds on the shot clock for Tolliver. Dribbling inside, and they're going to say that went off of Tolliver last. Another turnover in the second half so far for the Crimson Wave. Both of these teams fighting to stay over 500. The Crusaders would move to 11-7. If they can win this one, Calumet would get to 8-7 after the way they started the season. Who would have thought they would be able to get to this point? That three-pointer off the mark and the attempt from Campbell. But they have played their best basketball here in the month of January. What a drive inside, and Tolliver gets it to go. Tolliver, and there's a foul by Petty. Tolliver with 9 points. Petty picks up his second. It's an unnecessary foul by Petty, and hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt him at the end of the game if he does get into foul trouble. Both coaches trying to get their teams settled down. Coach Hawkins just saying to Tylan Tolliver, don't look in his face after you score. Don't try to talk trash to him and get another technical. Here's Doc. Oh, and Kyron Doc can't get the shot to go. There's a late foul called on Armstrong, and that's going to be his third. So Armstrong is going to have to come out, and Adam Williams will have to come in. Abdoulaye Ba also checking into the game for the Crimson Wave. Actually, it's not going to be Tion Armstrong that comes out of the game. It's actually going to be Ray Askins with 3 fouls. Williams comes in. Aikens takes a break for Calumet. Abdoulaye Ba is back in. That's 2 free throws going in right there for Doc. And Doc is up to 8 points. Excuse me, make that 10. There's a near turnover. They're going to say it went into the backcourt deflected, so no backcourt violation. And here's Tion Armstrong. Getting inside, deflected by Doc, out of play with 8 seconds on the clock. (44-30). Calumet's done a good job at weathering the storm to begin the half and keep their advantage. They were up by 10 at the half. Now they lead by 14, and referee trying to get the crowd settled down over there. Some players from the football team here for the Crimson Wave. Off the rebound, it's put up and put in from Williams. Adam Williams off the bench with his first 2 points of the game. Petty to Doc, looking for Ba, kicks it up to Slawinski at the top of the key. Petty, trying to find Slawinski on the cut. It's turned over and stolen by Vaughter. Vaughter gives it up for Armstrong. Great pass down low, looking for Vaughter, and he turns it over. We're going to see Quindarius Davis back into the game for the Crimson Wave. He's going to come in for Petty. Also, Savon Campbell checking out for the Crusaders, and Trey Ruggles, who has been good from three so far. He's averaging 8 points per game. He will check into the game. Tolliver. Ba. Davis had it stripped. Oh, they're going to call a foul here. They're either going to call this one on Devin Watts, and they are going to call that on Devin Watts. That's his second. Devin Watts could hardly even believe the call. He was shocked about that one. Tolliver. This has been a long possession for Calumet because of the fouls that have been called on Great Lakes Christian. Davis, we turned it over. Armstrong steals it. Tolliver in pursuit. Armstrong gets the basket to fall. And it's plays like that that could get the Crusaders back into the game. Turnovers leading to points. Still a 10-point game. Gets it down to Slawinski. He's double-teamed. Someone has got to be open here. Well, that's going to be the third foul on Devin Watts. Devin Watts off to check out. DeMarco Coakley is in. Man, that is a tough foul to take for Watts, and his coaching staff is telling him to keep his hands down to limit those fouls. Davis gets the ball off the inbound, puts up a contested jumper, and a great box out by Vaughter. There's Williams, finds Ruggles. Spinning, moving inside, lost the handle, and it's turned over again. Just been those type of mistakes that have been made by Great Lakes Christian that has hurt them very much. And, you can't deny what Coach Kess is talking about with his team. They're getting stops, but they are not able to score at the moment. They're playing well defensively. Ba gives it up to Doc. The defense, another block. A block there from Williams, and here comes Armstrong. Can they score? Kick it over to Williams here. Three-pointer from the corner. Can't get it to go for Coakley, who makes those most of the time. Davis kicks it to Slawinski. Back up to Tolliver. Slawinski. Step-back jumper. Another block. This time it's Vaughter. Vaughter kicks it in the corner. Open three-pointer. Money from the corner. This time Coakley gets it to go. Timeout called with 14:50 to play in the game. 44-37. Great Lakes Christian is taking it down. They're keeping themselves in this game. We'll be back after this. 44-37 is the lead for the Crimson Wave over the Crusaders, and Great Lakes Christian is exactly where they want to be to start the second half. They've shot 50% from the field compared to Calumet's 33%. And they've kept themselves in this game despite trailing by 14 points earlier on in the half. They now trail by 7 with 14:50 to play, and they're putting on the full court pressure. Can the Crimson Wave break this press? Slawinski. He needs help. He's doubled up. Finds Ba. That ball is deflected. It's stolen. Outlet pass ahead. And Kyron Doc rejects it, but a foul. Armstrong is fouled. Doc thought he got all ball. Well, they call the timeout. We took a break. Now we take the media timeout. It's still a 7-point lead for Calumet. We'll be back after this break. We are back from our timeout, our Doc's Barbecue timeout. Take a moment and let it simmer. 7-point lead here for Calumet. Turnover starting to rack up. 13 for the Crimson Wave, 9 for the Crusaders, and that's not the category you want to be leading in for either team. Tion Armstrong is going to have 2 free throws here. First one goes. This team shoots pretty well from the free throw line, 71%. If it comes down to the stretch and Calumet's got to start fouling, it's not the situation that they want to be in. Second free throw goes in for Armstrong, laces the net with that one. And Armstrong is suddenly up to 9 points. Still full court press. Calumet trying to break it down with Doc. Outletting it ahead to Davis. Davis pressured, and Calumet's able to get an open 3 for Davis. Comes up short, got his own rebound. Davis hops into the paint. That looked like a foul, no call. Hinton gets the rebound and goes up and in, plus the foul. Ramin Hinton has had a quiet game by, I guess, his first 2 games as a Crimson Wave player. But he is starting to get things going here in the second half. Gets a clutch offensive rebound. Gets that shot to go. Third foul there on Latavius Vaughter. Hinton to complete the 3-point play. Gets it to go. I mean, Hinton is so good. He was an all-state player in high school. Calumet's glad to have him here. He went to Western Illinois, Highland University, Roosevelt University. Now he's here with the Crimson Wave. He has a plethora of experience, which Coach Hawkins at the beginning of the season talked about how happy he is for his team to have an insane amount of experience from transferring. Hinton fouled. It's going to be on Coakley. That was very much a foul. And it's not, and actually, that's the 6th foul, or that's actually going to be the first foul on Coakley, but the 6th foul, like I mentioned, on Great Lakes. So they are 1 foul away from putting Calumet in the bonus with over 10 minutes to play in the half. That's not at all what they would want to have happen, and kind of happened a little bit in the first half. Calumet were able to get some free points from the charity stripe. Here's Slowinski. Doubled up, gets it inside to Ba. Another turnover. Williams gets the steal. Williams goes inside, way off the mark on that shot, and Ba is fouled by Moore, which puts Calumet in the 1-1. That's Moore's first, but Calumet's in the bonus here. Well, now, unfortunately for Great Lakes Christian, they are going to have to play this game with Calumet in the bonus for the next 14 minutes. And they've only got to foul 3 more times to put them in the double bonus, so it's looking like it's very likely to happen. Ba in the 1-1 gets the first one to go, and I mentioned previously how well Abdoulaye Ba was shooting from the free throw line. The free throws have definitely been something that you can tell has been worked on during practice, which is very important, especially coming down to the wire in some of these games. Making free throws is very important. And Abdoulaye Ba hit 2 clutch free throws here and hit 2 clutch free throws against Viterbo to put Calumet up by 2 points, which ended up winning them the game on Saturday. 49-39. Calumet still up by 10, exactly where they were at halftime. 3-pointer from the right wing, off the mark. Rebound tipped up in the air, taken by Doc. Doc's got Hinton with him. Doc goes inside, and he's fouled, but he doesn't get the basket to go. It's going to be on Moore, and for Moore, that's his second. I think Doc was considering dunking that ball for a second there like he did at the beginning of the game. Instead went for the layup and almost got the and one. 2 free throws here for Doc. Misses the first one. Doc is now 6 for 9 from the free throw line tonight. It's been a pretty consistent game with a couple misses from the free throw line. Second free throw goes in, so he's 7 for 10. And Kyron Doc currently has 11 points on the game. Davis is called for a foul off the ball. That's his first. It's also an unnecessary foul. Coach Hawkins is telling him to slow down a little bit. You don't need a foul. You don't need to pick up an unnecessary call as Kyron Doc is tying his shoe to the right of the screen. Inbound play here for Great Lakes Christian. Calumet has a tough game against the number 1 team in the conference, Olivet, on Wednesday. They got to win this game first and take this momentum, if they can win it, into that game against the Tigers of Olivet. Three-pointer straight on and made. Sean Goodman finally getting on the scoring sheet with a 3. And it's an 8-point game here. It's not done yet by any stretch of the imagination. Wow! Abdoulaye Ba with a flashy reverse dunk. They double-teamed Ramin Hinton, and Abdoulaye Ba was left underneath uncontested for the dunk. What an answer by Calumet. Goes inside with the layup. Tough shot off the mark. Great defense by Slowinski. It's tipped around, and Slowinski blocks it, and it's fought for on the ground. Hinton picks it up. Gets it ahead to Ba. A reset. Got 2-man substitution coming up here for the Crusaders. They need to find somebody to score offensively. They've kind of halted to a standstill over the last couple of minutes. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Coach Hawkins tells his team to hurry. Doc got the hesitation inside. His shot is off the mark. Up ahead inside. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, what a dunk! Wow, on his head, Trey Ruggles plus the foul. Abdoulaye Ba tries to block him. Trey Ruggles has hops right there. Oh my goodness. Wow. That was unbelievable. Man, so some substitutions here for Great Lakes Christian. After that crazy play by Trey Ruggles, who gets his first 2 points of the game and some style right there. A posterizer in the crisp night here in Whiting. It's, man, what a way to get on the scoring sheet right there. Trying to convert the and one, bring it back down to 7, and he can't. Davis flies in for the rebound. Still an 8-point game. Here's Hinton. Working it around to Petty. Petty's doubled up. Somebody's got to be open. 10 on the shot clock. Petty gives it to Ba. Hinton is open. A three-pointer off the mark. Long rebound pulled in from Ba. And Calumet gets a fresh 20 seconds to get something to go here again. Here's Doc. Kyron Doc getting inside, putting it up. Won't get it to go. Rebound pulled in from Watts. It's a 2-on-2 here. Watts. Actually, it's a 3-on-2. And a wide open 3 in the corners converted by Armstrong. 12 points for Tion Armstrong. It's a 5-point game. Wow, this scoring run is brought to you by Powering Indiana. When the game needs electricity, you can count on Powering Indiana. And something has powered this Crusaders run here. Davis fouled inside by Watts. That's Watts' fourth. They'll have to go to the bench again. Who are they going to go to? Looks like they're going to go to DeMarco Coakley. And I mean, when you pick up 9 fouls in the first 10 minutes, somebody's going to be in foul trouble at the end of the game, and it's unfortunately Devin Watts. So Coakley comes in. Davis with 2 shots here. Gets the first one to go. So they called that a shooting foul on Davis, as we're going to see Coakley and Adam Williams come in, and Watts and Goodman are out. Davis trying to go 2 for 2. He's got 12 points, which leads the team. And now he has 13. Davis leading the team once again for the second consecutive game. It's really incredible what he's been able to do. The amount of confidence he has gained over the last couple of games has been incredible. Oh, Slowinski got the block. They're going to call a foul here. Vaughter is going to head to the line for 2 shots here as Calumet picks up their 6th personal foul. It's Slowinski's first. But now Great Lakes Christian is 1 foul away from heading into the 1-and-1 bonus. And Calumet is 1 foul away from heading into the double bonus. First free throw here for Vaughter. Money. Tolliver's going to check in for Kyron Dock. So kind of a like-for-like substitution, maybe a little bit more height with Tolliver, but they can both score. They can both play lockdown defense. They already have Petty and Davis in the game, so that's 2 guards right there for Calumet. Vaughter goes 2 for 2. He's up to 7 points. Davis hop-stepping into the paint. We get another foul here. That'll put Calumet in the double bonus with 10 minutes to go. Man. Tough break there for Adam Williams, who picks up his second, but Calumet's going to have 2 free throws after any foul for 10 minutes. That is a blessing in and of itself right there, as Davis hits the first one. So even if you miss the first one, you still get an extra shot, which is the big problem here now for the Crusaders. Davis trying to at least make 1 shot, make it a 6-point game. And he does, gets up to 16 points on the game. He is having a phenomenal game right now, Quindarius Davis, after his career-high performance of 27 points on Saturday against Viterbo. There's Williams. Calumet switching, so there's a little bit of a mismatch here. Jump shot on the way for Vaughter. That one won't go. Rebound pulled in from Hinton. As we're halfway through the final act of this contest tonight, 55-49 lead for the Crimson Wave. Calumet in the double bonus, by the way, with 10 minutes to go if you're just joining us. Davis kicks it to Petty in the corner. A good look for 3. Money! Malik Petty from the corner laces a 3. And he's got 10 points, Malik Petty. After his 2-point outing on Saturday, you would imagine he would want more points. Another turnover from the Crusaders as Tolliver's now wrestled up. It's going to be a jump ball possession to the Crusaders. Tion Armstrong reaches in and gets the tie-up. 9:07 to play in the game. Calumet up by 9 points, trying to pick up their 3rd straight win. We welcome you back, 58-49. Calumet on top, 9:07 to play in the game, I apologize. Only 9 minutes for Great Lakes Christian to get back into this game. Let's take a look at the leading scorers as we're halfway through the second half. 12 points for Tion Armstrong, 11 for Savon Campbell. They lead the way, but nobody else for the Crusaders is in double digits. And then for Calumet, they have 3 players in double digits. 14 for Quindarius Davis, 11 for Doc, 10 for Petty, and 9 for Tolliver. Those are the leading scorers in the game for both teams. Calumet in a good spot right now to pick up their 3rd straight. They can just hold on. Good look for 3 for Ruggles. And it's off the mark. Offensive rebound pulled in from Armstrong. Gets a good look for Vaughter. Oh, my gosh. Oh my goodness, Latavius Vaughter, second posterizer of the half for Great Lakes Christian. Tolliver driving inside, a lot of contact, no foul. Could that dunk be the spark for the Crusaders? Give it up again. Ruggles inside, lays it up and in. And would you look at that? 9-point lead cut down to 5 within a minute after the timeout. That's Petty. Calumet struggling. I think there's a lot of miscommunication here. I don't think they know what play they want to run here, but 12 seconds on the shot clock. 10 seconds now. Slowinski getting inside, putting up the shot. It's short. Davis gets the rebound, but he stepped on the end line, and it's another turnover. As the shot clock on the left side of your screen goes off. I think they might be resetting it, maybe? Or maybe it was unplugged with the contact after Davis got out of bounds. They're going to have to reset the clock over on the left side of the court. So they're going to have to wait. As DeMarco Coakley is out, Trey Ruggles back in. Kyron Dock is going to come in for Malik Petty. And the shot clock has been reset. 8 minutes to play. So I think we're ready to go again here. 5-point lead, a 2-pointer or a 3 to cut this game down to a 1-possession game, which would be the closest that Great Lakes Christian has gotten to taking the lead since the first half. Here's Ruggles. Gets it inside to Vaughter, who slams it home. Nobody was home in the paint. And Vaughter makes a great play. He's got 9 points. It's a 3-point game. Once again, a Calumet men's basketball game. Seeming like it's going to come down to the wire here. We had an overtime game against IU South Bend. 3-point win over Judson. 2-point win over Viterbo. This one's looking like it's going to be a similar ending. Hopefully a win. Tolliver puts up the shot with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Baugh gets the rebound. No. It's fought for, taken by Ruggles. Ruggles dumps it off here. It's Goodman. He almost traveled. Now he fights for the ball. Slowinski picks it up. Bad turnover there, and here comes Davis. Davis gives it up to Baugh. What do we have here? An offensive foul on Davis. Looks like it's going to be Goodman who's going to come out, and Tymir Moore is into the game. That's going to put Great Lakes Christian in the bonus here, so they're going to have a free throw, 1-and-1 here after the charge. What are they calling here? The flagrant? I'm not sure what just happened there. Well, Great Lakes Christian's going to get one uncontested free throw here. I have no idea why. First one's off the mark. They're going to get 2 actually with Armstrong. I think Calumet picked up their 3rd technical of the game. I'm not particularly sure. They don't communicate these things, unfortunately. But I don't think they realized that Great Lakes Christian should have gotten a 1-and-1 free throw after the charge. They got 2 free throws, I think, because of the technical, so it's a 2-point game. I don't know exactly what the technical was for. Maybe it was for Davis. Maybe he was upset about the foul. Here's Ruggles spinning inside, putting up the shot, and he ties the game. Trey Ruggles has 6 points, but 6 crucial points. All of them coming here in the second half. And we're all tied up at 58 with 6.5 to play. Here's Davis. Gives it up to Doc. Who's going to make the big play here for Calumet. Doc is fouled by Adam Williams. That'll be his 3rd. So Doc's going to have 2 free throws here coming up. And what a crazy, crazy game. I think Calumet has picked up 3 technicals in this game. 2 of them in the first half, 1 here in the second. Great Lakes Christian also picked up a technical in the first half, too, as Doc misses the first free throw. As Doc makes the second free throw here, and Kyron Doc is having himself a game, 12 points, and he puts them up by 1. Driving it inside is Williams, who gives them the lead. Great Lakes Christian has fought all the way back. They were down by as many as 14 points here in the second half. $60-59 is the lead. Davis for 3 to give them the lead back. Hinton gets the rebound. He puts that one up. It's off the mark. It's taken down by Armstrong. Wow. Hard foul there for Hinton. As Armstrong just collides right into the scores table, right where we're sitting. I think my producer, Claude, is okay. You all right? Barely. He says barely. That was a lot of contact. Our entire setup almost got knocked off there. So, looks like we're still on for the moment, but it's going to be a 1-and-1 shot here coming up for Tion Armstrong after he collides fully into the scorer's table and almost takes us out in the process. But he has a chance to give them a 3-point lead. If he can make both. Armstrong already having himself a great game, 13 points. Trying to make it 15 if he can make both. Makes the first. Well, Armstrong has done pretty well this season from the free throw line for himself. 74%, one of the best on the team. I mean, this team shoots the free throws extremely well. There's a high chance that they practice, or they're forced to shoot at least 100 free throws per practice, I'd imagine, the way that they're so good at them. He goes 2 for 2. 3-point lead for Great Lakes Christian, 62-59. Kyron Doc spinning inside, getting in the paint. Ball is deflected. It comes out to Davis. Davis, Hinton. This would be big here. Yes! Ramin Hinton ties the game. He has 9 points off the bench. 62 apiece here in Whiting. We have a great finish on hand here on the Heartland Sports Network. Adam Williams has had a huge contribution off the bench. He gets inside and lays it up and in. What a big play by Adam Williams. Two-point lead restored for the Crusaders. Hinton's going to take a deep three. It's short. Davis somehow keeps it alive. Petty, Davis hurt himself as Petty puts up the shot and gets it to go. And Petty gets a shot to go. Davis is down. This does not look good. He's holding his knee. I don't know if it's just a cramp or what. We hope he's okay, but we'll take a break. All level at 64 apiece with 4:46 to play. We'll be back after this. 64-64. I'm very happy to confirm Quindarius Davis. It's just a cramp. It's not anything more serious than that. He got stretched out over there, and he's drinking some water, and he should be good to come in late in the game. Davis has 14 points for Calumet, which leads all scorers, at least on the Crimson Wave. 12 points for both Doc and Petty. And then 15-point game for Tion Armstrong. And for Vaughter, he has 11. 4:46. Who's going to make the big plays? Davis will stay on the bench with those cramps. The 5 on the floor for Calumet: Hinton, Doc, Slowinski, Petty, and Abdullah Ba. And for Great Lakes Christian, Armstrong, Vaughter, as well as Ruggles, Moore, and Williams. That ball was deflected out of play. Almost a steal for the Crimson Wave. Another inbound chance here for Ruggles. Remember, he can't move as he gets the ball into Tion Armstrong. Davis back to the scorer's table after the cramps. He's set to check back in. He'll be hoping he can come in as quickly as possible. Ruggles gets it inside. Ball's tipped around, taken by Moore. Get it inside again. Shot won't go. Ball tipped around, does not fall. Hinton grabs the rebound. Hinton with a flashy spin move. That ball deflected out of play by Ruggles. We'll see Sean Goodman check back into the game for Trey Ruggles, and Davis will check back into the game after the cramps for Petty. Baseline inbound, 24 seconds on the shot clock, 4:17 in the game. Double bonus for Calumet, single bonus for Great Lakes Christian. 2 timeouts for each team. 17 on the shot clock for Doc. Doc with a dribble move, gets a nice screen, goes inside, it's blocked. No goaltend. Blocked by Vaughter. Now it's Armstrong the other way. Armstrong gets by Slowinski. Ball's tipped around. It's stolen again by Calumet. Here's Davis. He's going to slow things down. The turnovers are racking up to incredible amounts here for Great Lakes Christian, which is really affecting them and their opportunity to sustain a lead. Hinton to Doc. 9 on the shot clock for Kyron Doc. Can he make a play? Gets the screen. Hinton gets open for 3. It's off the mark. Rebound pulled in for Vaughter. And the Crusaders can slow things down with 3:20 to play. I mean, it's just a trend, a common trend here for Calumet that they play close games. Overtime game against IU South Bend. 3-point win over Judson. 2-point win on Saturday over Viterbo. And we got a tie game here with 3 minutes against Great Lakes Christian. Driving it inside. Tough shot. Comes up short. Rebound pulled in. It's fought for on the ground. And what do we have here? Shot clock violation on Great Lakes Christian. Goodman couldn't pull the rebound down. He was fighting with Davis on the air ball by Adam Williams. And the defensive pressure for the Crimson Wave, which I've been talking about all season long, comes up big and pays dividends late in the game. So we're all tied up again. Typical of this great game between these two great teams. They only played each other once last year. It was a big win for Great Lakes Christian, but that was a road game for them, for Calumet. Now Calumet's playing at home. Davis, 11 on the shot clock for Quindarius Davis. Trying to make a dribble move here. Kicks it out to Doc. 6 seconds. Kyron Doc, step back jumper. It's off the mark, but it hit the rim. It hit the rim, but it went out of bounds anyways. So it'll be Great Lakes Christian ball. 2:22 to go. And this is not a point in the game, but both of these teams would like to go cold from the field, but they're both on a 1.5-minute scoring drought right now, all tied up at 64. Great Lakes Christian has lost 2 straight. Well, that's going to be a foul on Doc. They were planning on calling a timeout. They just call a foul. That is a tough break for Kyron Doc. That is a tough one. They were about to call a timeout. The ref calls a foul on Doc. It'll be a 1-and-1 here. Or actually, that's going to put them in the double bonus, which will be 2 free throws. Here for Adam Williams. That is a tough break for Doc, who is expecting the foul, or expecting the timeout to be called. Instead, he gets called for a foul. I don't blame him for being confused. First free throw goes in for Williams. We're going to get a timeout for Great Lakes Christian right after this free throw. As it goes in, 2 for 2 for Williams. He's got 8, and it's 66-64. We will take a 30-second break. That timeout was brought to you by Doc's Barbecue. Take a moment, let it simmer. 66-64. Both teams in the double bonus. Crusaders with 1 timeout left. Calumet 2 timeouts left. And 15-point game for Tion Armstrong, 11-point game for Latavius Vaughter. And on the other side of things, 14-point game for Quindarius Davis and 12-point game for Kyron Dock and Malik Petty. Tylen Tolliver, he only has 9 points, and by his last couple of games, that seems like it's an off game for him. He's on the bench right now for Calumet. It's Davis, Hinton, Dock, Slowinski, and Abdoulaye Ba, the 5 on the floor for the Crimson Wave. Pass to Dock, back out to Hinton. Pump fakes, takes a 3. Oh, it was on target, off the mark though, pulled down by Tymir Moore. And with 2 minutes to go, Great Lakes Christian have a 2-point lead, and they have the ball. Tion Armstrong, defended by Quindarius Davis. Armstrong puts up the shot, off balance, it won't go. Hinton grabs the rebound. Calumet needs a basket here in a big way. Hinton goes inside, puts up the shot, it won't go. I think he got away with the travel. He didn't make it anyways. With 1 minute and a half to go. Adam Williams has the ball. He's had some huge minutes off the bench, and he scored some big points too. Give it up to Vaughter. Vaughter driving it inside, puts up the shot. It's off the mark, tipped around, taken by Davis. Calumet has a 3-on-1. Davis going inside, puts up the shot and gets it to go, plus the foul. Quindarius Davis puts the team on his shoulders and ties the game, and he can give them the lead with the free throw. He had 27 points against Viterbo on Saturday, and here tonight, he has 16 points, and he can make it 17 if he can give his team the lead with 1:06 to go. Big free throw here for Davis. He's been so good this season from the free throw line. 62%. He needs to make this one. And he does. Davis has 17 points, and he's giving Calumet the lead. He'll use a timeout. We'll keep it here with Calumet leading at 67-66. My goodness. You never know with basketball how it's going to go. Remember, Calumet was leading Judson by 19 points last Wednesday, and they ended up only winning that game by 3. They've led this game by as many as 14 points here in the second half, and now they are only up by 1 point at the moment. Let's take a look at some stat lines here at this point in the game. I already went through the leading scores, so we'll take a look at the shooting. It's pretty even. 41% for Great Lakes Christian, 36% from the field for Calumet, 35% from 3, and 27% for Great Lakes Christian and then for Calumet. The Great Lakes Christian shooting better overall from the field and from 3. The Calumet shooting better from the line, and they've out-rebounded the Crusaders by 12 rebounds. Both teams, turnover bug has plagued their team today. 13 for the Crusaders, 15 for the Crimson Wave. At the end of the day, Great Lakes Christian winning the blocking department, 7 blocks for the Crusaders and 3 for the Crimson Wave, which usually Calumet wins that battle. But this time they don't. They're second in the conference, Calumet, in blocks per game with 4.4. They've got 2 great players that block a lot, Kyron Dock and Abdoulaye Ba, but today they're getting out-blocked, I should say, by the Crusaders. 1 minute to play. Buckle in. We got quite the ending here on our hands. 67-66. Here's Williams, defended by Petty. 15 on the shot clock for Williams. Gets it inside to Vaughter. Vaughter doubled up, kicks it back up top. The ball's tipped around. Who did it go off of last? They're going to say it went off of Armstrong last. Big turnover. Talked about how the turnover bug had plagued both of these teams, and it really pays dividends right there. Abdoulaye Ba checks out of the game. It's Ramin Hinton who's back in. Davis, Petty, Dock, Hinton, Slowinski, the 5 in the game for the Crimson Wave. 40 seconds to go. 12-second difference between shot and game clock and a 1-point lead. Davis doubled up. Here's Dock. They don't need to foul Great Lakes Christian at this point in the game. They can wind this clock down and hope for a miss. Kyron Dock Getting fancy with it. Splits the defense. Goes inside Doc, and he's fouled. It's going to go on Ty Miramore, which is his third. 2 free throws coming up here for Doc. We're actually going to say that one was on Latavius Vaughter. That's going to be his fourth. 2 players for the Crusaders with 4 fouls. That's Vaughter and Williams. And then Armstrong has 3 fouls. So, honestly, if you're Great Lakes Christian, you'd rather have that on Ty Miramore. First free throw does not go for Doc. That keeps the door wide open for Great Lakes Christian. 18.4 seconds to play. Kyron Doc has had a good game tonight. He has 12 points. He needs to make it 13, you'd imagine, and he does. He hits the second free throw, 1 for 2. Great Lakes Christian does have a timeout. Do they use it? They will. With 13.6 seconds to play in the game. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this. 68-66, Crimson Wave on top. We'll be back right after this. 68-66. If you've tuned with us or stayed tuned with us the whole game, then you've seen quite the game here on the Heartland Sports Network. It's been back and forth over the last 10 minutes. It has been a great game, and it's going to come down to the final possession. It's either overtime or a three-point basket that'll put Great Lakes Christian in the lead. They trail by 2. You got to imagine who's going to take the shot here. You'd imagine if they needed 2, they go down to the paint. Maybe Vaughter, who's in the game right now, or maybe Ty Miramore. Here's Williams, 10 seconds. Gets it over to Ruggles. Gets it inside Moore. He's fouled. He's fouled. Ba got the block. Oh, wow. They're going to call foul, and Ty Miramore is going to have 2 big free throws to try to tie the game with 5.7 seconds. Everybody in the crowd thought that was a block. Clean. They call the foul, and no pressure to Ty Miramore, but he's got to make both of these here. And he's 62% from the free throw line this season. Got to make both of these. No pressure at all. With the crowd against him here. Misses the first one. And now, if he doesn't make this one and they foul, they have a chance, Calumet, to go up by 4 if they make both free throws. That'd put the game to bed. No timeouts left for the Crusaders. Now you got to focus on this one. You've got to make this free throw here if you're Ty Miramore. Put that one out of your mind and focus just on this one here. Slawinski's got blood on his jersey, I think. Or it was actually on his hand, so he's all good. At least I think he is. Actually, he's got to be checked out by the trainer because he's bleeding, so Slawinski will have to come out. Who do they put in for him? Or do they decide to wait? Slawinski comes back in after getting checked out. Big free throw here for Moore. The football team is all the way over to the right side over there, if you can see him in the corner, trying to get into the head of Ty Miramore, who's got a big free throw coming up here. Big free throw, 5.7 seconds. Got to make this one or else Calumet is in real business here. And he misses the second. Rebounded by Petty. And he missed both, Ty Miramore. And that's what happens when you shoot free throws in a clutch situation. You overestimate or underestimate. And Malik Petty is going to have 2 free throws to try to put the game out of reach with 3.9 seconds to go. So Malik Petty has to settle himself down here. He's 88% from the free throw line. If there's anybody that you would not want to foul at this point in the game, if you're Great Lakes Christian, it is Malik Petty. He's the best free throw shooter by a long mile on this team, and he's got the game in his hands. If he can make both, it'd be a 4-point game, no timeouts for Great Lakes Christian. and they wouldn't be able to come back. First one here, off the mark, and it gives Great Lakes Christian some life. I wonder, do you take the risk, pull off a 2010 Duke Blue Devils, and intentionally miss the free throw to force Great Lakes Christian to a half-court shot to win it? Do you pull a Mike Krzyzewski, or do you make the free throw and give them an inbound play? Pale Petty decides to make the second, and it's a three-point game. Calumet's going to take a timeout with 3.9 seconds to play. We'll keep it here. 69-66 is the score. If you're just joining us, man, you've missed out on quite the game because this has been an incredible game. And I said it at the beginning of the broadcast, how evenly matched up this game would be. Great Lakes Christian is 10-7 at the moment on the season. Calumet is 7-7 on the season. And who even knows if this game would be played like this or this close on December 10th, when this game was originally supposed to be played but was postponed because of a huge snowstorm in Michigan, which delayed the travel of Great Lakes Christian's basketball teams. I don't think this game would be this close or this competitive back on December 10th. These two teams have grown so much since that time. They're a completely different team a month later, and we're seeing that right here. These two teams are super competitive, and they are evenly matched up. It's got to be a Hail Mary right now. A Hail Mary. It's playoff season in football, but they're going to need a Hail Mary in basketball. Armstrong, a Hail Mary at the buzzer. It's off the mark. It would hit the back rim, but it's no good. That close. It's a game of inches, but Calumet hangs on and wins it 69-66 tonight for their third straight one-possession win. Wow. 69-66, and that last shot by Tiana Armstrong was so close. It hit the back rim, was about as close as you could get, and we saw Abdeleba make a half-court shot at the end of the first half that didn't count, but man, that was almost a miracle for Great Lakes Christian. Let's take a look at the final stats, and then we'll call it a night for this doubleheader. The final stat line for Calumet, 17 points leading the way is Quindarius Davis, 13 points for Kyron Dock and for Malik Petty. Tylen Tolliver had 9 points along with Ramin Hinton, and 4 points for Jay Caleb and for Abdeleba in the win for Calumet. Meanwhile, for Great Lakes Christian, they end off with a good performance from their starters, but their bench just didn't step up. 15 points for Tiana Armstrong, 11 for Campbell and Vaughter. But for their bench, their leading scorer was Adam Williams with only 8 points. At the end of the day, it was the rebounds. Calumet out-rebounded Great Lakes Christian by 14 rebounds, and each team had over 14 turnovers in the game. That'll do it for us. What a game. What a doubleheader that we had tonight. We appreciate all of you joining us here on the Heartland Sports Network for this great game. We'll see you on Wednesday for another doubleheader as both the men's and the women's team takes on Olivet Nazarene. Women's tip-off at 5:30, men's tip-off at 7:30 right here on the Heartland Sports Network. The final score is 69-66, Calumet beating Great Lakes Christian. For my great producer, Claude Martinez, who almost got taken out as they almost ran into the scorer's table. I'm Kyle Mathas. We'll see you on Wednesday.